Oh boy, where do I even start? We've been through so much that I've developed such unconditional love for you and mom. Besides being my little sister, you've also become my best friend. Even though when we were little kids it was love hate relationship between us. I look back and remember how precise we were when it came down to sharing food, always making sure one of us wouldn't get more than the other. If one did get more than the other, chaos would break out. After all, the more we grew up, the more we became closer. One of my favorite things to do with you is dance. Since we were little, you've been my number one dance partner. It's sometimes weird when I see you dance with someone else. It reminds me of how much you've grown. However, to mom and I, you've always been our little girl. And I know mom feels the same. All I want is nothing but the best for you, and seeing you are about to graduate makes me immensely happy. I can't wait to see what you will accomplish in life, and I know that I will be there every step of the way to give you all my support. You have turned into such an amazing young lady, a loving, kind, respectful, smart, beautiful, and hardworking person. Mom, Ruben, and I are super proud. Most importantly, know my dad is watching from above, looking over you.
Mi reina, tengo tantas cosas que decirte. Una de ellas es que estoy muy orgullosa de ti, mi niña, y deseo de corazón que tu sueño lo cumplas. Yo sé que tú lo vas a lograr, y si Dios lo permite, aquí estaré para abrazarte cuando este sueño sea cumplido. Sigue escalando, mi niña. Tienes todo mi apoyo, y por más difícil que sea el camino, tú sigue firme. Y como te decía cada vez que ibas a track, con todo mi niña, para poner el nombre de Piney en alto. Luego fue el de Farson. Ahora a poner tu nombre en alto, mi reina. Love ya, mami.
Dear Michaela, seems like just the other day when you had your first challenge when you were 5 years old. We were fishing at the lake, and I just taught you how to cast a lure. You were by my side casting, and all of a sudden you screamed, "Dad!" You hooked your first fish. I was so proud. You fought and fought, and as he pulled you closer to the water, you turned to me, eyes the size of quarters, and you said, "Dad, he wants me in there with him." I laughed and said, "Don't go in, it's cold. Don't give up, hon." You backed up the bank and reeled, and to my surprise, you caught a 5.5 pound rainbow. That moment defined who you would become as a young woman. I noticed as you grew, you developed a desire for challenge. Whether at school or camping or at home, you would read and learn on your own about all kinds of subjects. You also wouldn't have to be told what to do, and you always pitched in no matter what it was we were doing. That's why I called you my little pack mule. You realized that through kindness and caring, you would gain friends. You realized that through friends, you learn new skills, new ideas, and gain support to attain your goals. Just like your Mexico trip, you all came together and raised money to meet your goal. You realized kindness when we used to take fish to the sheep herders on the way home from the lake. They were always so happy to have fresh fish, and they always offered something in return, even though we often didn't know what it was because none of them spoke English. I just want you to know I'm very proud of you. You're a strong hearted, determined, and independent young woman. Nana and Uncle Deer looking down, proud of you too. I am convinced that every challenge you overcome will be a stepping stone to your future. You're a very brilliant woman, Michaela, and any road you choose, I will be there for you. Never give up. Congratulations on your graduation. Love, Dad.
Michaela, seems like yesterday you were just a baby in my arms. I looked at your precious face and wondered where life would take you with that crazy head of hair you had. Today, I look at the person you have become. Strong, kind, thoughtful, and caring. I realize that the dreams I held in my heart for you are alive in your beautiful spirit. I constantly go between wanting you to be my baby girl forever and being excited about all the amazing things you'll do in life. Sorry it's been so hard for me to let you go. It's just been me and you for so many years. The nest is always open for your visits and stays. Life is filled with hard times and good times. Try not to take everything personal. Stay optimistic. Learn from everything you can. Appreciate and be grateful for everything that is going on in life. There's always a lesson to learn, good or bad. I wish you the strength to face challenges with confidence and the wisdom to choose your battles carefully. Adventure on your journey. Pay attention to the beautiful things around you and stop and smell those flowers, girl. Never forget to always stop to help someone along the way. Don't be judgmental because you never know what someone's situation is. Listen to your heart and take risks carefully. I hope you will always know a little more today than you knew yesterday about life and about yourself and what you can achieve. Most importantly, always remember to take care of yourself while you take another step towards your dreams. No matter where you go in life or who you grow up to be, I will always be right here, standing beside you, encouraging you to live your dreams. Be the woman I know you can be, baby girl, and remember how much I love you and how proud I am of you. Congratulations, class of 2020. I love you, Michaela, with all my heart and soul. Love your mom forever.
Cody, I can't even begin to tell you just how proud Grandma, Grandpa, and I are of you. You've made it so far, and the places you'll go after high school are endless. High school was hard, moving to a new school was hard, making new friends was hard, but you've been able to conquer all of those things, and now it's finally paying off. Your graduation is a little different than the one I had, but we are still going to celebrate you getting your high school diploma just as we would have before. I love you so much, and I'm so glad that I am your sister, and I've been given the opportunity to watch you grow and mature into the young man that you are. I know that once you go to college, you're going to keep making us all proud. Don't forget that I'm always a text or call away if you ever need anything. When you're doing all your voice acting, just remember all the hardships and triumphs that had brought you to that point, and feel proud for yourself as well. We love you, Cody, and we're so happy that you are closing this chapter of your life and opening a new one for Western Wyoming Community College. You're going to go places, and we'll be with you every step of the way. We love you.
Paxton, we want you to laugh a little today, a lot tomorrow, and never forget to swing for the fences. You have dreamed of big things for yourself for a really long time. We think you are quite the young man. We know you have traveled the U.S. following your dad, and now you will get to travel the U.S. on your own. Remember a few things that have made you who you are today. Every day is a new day. Every opportunity is yours to take. Every chance you take will shape you forever, so continue to make good choices. One thing we know about you is that you are resilient. You make choices that are right for you. You are fiercely independent and a true competitor. The whole family is here to support you along the way, to make good on our promises and to let you grow. So a little wisdom from each of us. I'm sure you can guess who said each of these. Continue to be Romeo. Continue to love the game. Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing. Fail, but never quit. Practice being kind. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Rip and grip, rap, rap. Drive fast and pass on corners. Shoot straight. Love always in this order. God, family, friends. Be kind, be real, be brave. Welcome to your first steps into adulthood. Laugh a lot and stop to smell the roses. Dance in the rain, wherever you can. And remember this one prayer that might get you through everything. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change those things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Love you, bud.
Carson, as you look forward to the future, be sure to look back once in a while and remember where you came from. We've taught you over the years to be accountable for your actions and remember your mistakes and learn from those mistakes. We at times have pulled and pushed you along to try to get you into different things, and most of the time your answer was no. But after you tried it out, you found out it was a good thing. Don't be afraid to step up and try new things. Don't be content to watch things go by. Step up and get in the game. Always bring your best to whatever you do, even if you don't like it. Challenge yourself to learn new things. Treat people like how you want to be treated till such time they don't. Honesty and your word go a long ways even in this world today. Be smart on who you pick for friends. Take guidance from those that you respect. Work hard, have a good attitude when you try new things. Appreciate every day that you're given. Like it or not, your days are limited. Remember to remember your mother's birthday, and always know your dad and mom and sister have your back. We love you and we support you in everything that you do. Congratulations on this achievement, and we are looking forward to the next phase in your life.
Carson, you're my little brother, and now you're graduating. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. People always tell me it's awesome that you and your brother are so close. I used to be baffled about why they would say this, and I began to wonder, why are we so close? Carson, you are the person who has always been there for me. You've seen me at my best, and you've definitely seen me at my worst. You've annoyed the heck out of me, and we've had our fair share of screaming matches. But through all that, you know me better than almost anyone. You can read my face like a map, and you're one of the only people who can truly make me laugh. You're my brother by blood, but my best friend because of so much more. Thank you for an amazing childhood. I wouldn't have wanted to do it with anyone else. And now, as your obviously wiser sister, I have some advice to offer you. I know this sucks. I know your graduation, this thing you've worked for 12 years, really sucks. But I'm reminding you, high school is a small portion of your life. It seems like the world right now, but take it from me, there's so much more. All I advise is go explore what the world has to offer you before you decide to settle down. You are an amazing, unique, and caring person. I know whatever you decide to set your mind to, you will accomplish. Congratulations, brother. I love you.
Carson, time has gone by so quickly. You have grown from being our very energetic, creative toddler to a master Lego builder. We have always been in awe of your final creations, and now as a young man, you continue to amaze us as you use your imagination to engineer incredible things in our shop. Whatever you've decided to do, you've tackled it with great passion and always tried your hardest. I have 3 words that best describe you. First, you're loyal. You're loyal to your true friends, your family, and to this country. Number 2, you're also very passionate. You love with your whole heart, and you have a kind heart that has empathy for others. Finally, you are a nonconformist. You live outside of this box and pursue life to the fullest. You have always marched to a different beat, and with courage, with great, you dream big. I'm proud that you found your own way and didn't just follow the norm in order to fit in this year. We've always said you have brought great laughter and craziness to our family. My prayer for you is to never lose yourself in this harsh world or let it harden your heart. Keep loving others in life even if you get hurt. When you stumble, get back up and press on. I pray you refuse to conform to the mediocrity of this world. You have been created with greatness. Don't listen to the naysayers. They don't define you. I am humbled and honored to be your mother, and I will always be your biggest fan. I love you, son.
Dear Tristan, well, you made it, buddy. We're so proud of you. It was quite the path to get here, and we weren't always sure that you would make it, but you did. I never gave up trying to convince you this was something worth doing, and eventually even you apparently do listen. From walking out of school and walking all the way home the first day of kindergarten, to convincing the teachers you were crazy to get kicked out of school, to pretending you were sick, and finding even more inventive ways to get kicked out for short periods, to just plain out refusing to do your work, it's been a bit of a rough road. At least you always went, even if you didn't actually always stay. We tried rewards, bribes, threats, the giving of stuff, the taking of stuff, the re-earning of stuff, and eventually, you just had to figure out that you had to do this for yourself. After much talking on my part, my dad's part, your grandmother's part, and probably many others who all tried to convince you that this was something worth doing, you finally just got it done. And now you're graduating. Trust me, the diploma is actually worth it. Having one opens so many doors that otherwise would not be there in this day and age. I mean, sure, you don't necessarily have to have one, but this is by far the best route you can take these days. We weren't always sure that you would be able to make up all the work on time, but you did it. We are so happy. My baby boy is graduating and on time. I can finally stop losing my hair from trying to push you through school. And maybe Davy will quit losing his. And maybe stop going gray. Oh wait, we still have Darian and Bug. Well, maybe our hair isn't quite safe yet. Oh well. Funny thing is, this was the easy part. Not necessarily always fun, but the easy part. Now you get to walk through the doors into adulting. Hope you're ready, kiddo. After this, you kind of have to figure out what to do with yourself. And it can be very confusing and make zero sense. It's full of bills and work and other stuff. But for right now, just enjoy graduating, enjoy a bit of a break, and relax in knowing that you finished what you started. We're super proud of you. You made it, buddy.
Our dearest Time Mitchell, Time Man, Wild Man, and Old Buckham. You answered many names, but one thing for sure is the mold was broke the day you came into our lives. Time has flown by so fast for our old soul. It seems like it was only yesterday we were picking you up from daycare as a toddler, and we still have the notes describing your daily activities. Some were good, some were not so good. For some reason, you enjoyed biting the other kids. Your school career started kindergarten in a wheelchair with a broken leg from a four-wheeler accident at the sand dunes with your grandpa and sister. As the years went by, we noticed that you had no fear. You wanted to ride everything. It started with mud busting and graduated to steers and then bulls. When they didn't go fast enough, you had to upgrade to dirt bikes and snow machines. Your junior year of high school football was cut short from another incident at the sand dunes requiring 2 surgeries and a lesson on when and where to full send. At an early age, it became evident that you had a strong work ethic. We said you were like a border collie. If you didn't have a job to do, you were trouble. You were happiest on the ranch when working cows, fencing, or doing excavation work with your cousin Trevor. You've always been willing to help anyone brand cows or help out at their place and had no problem putting in a full day's work and happy to be paid with a good meal. To say we are proud is an understatement. You have always been easygoing, happy, funny, and a joy to be around. Your maturity established relationships with grown men at an early age that enjoy your company and friendship to this day. Our extended family is constantly in awe of the welding, farming, and other work that you do for others and impressed at the hunter and angler that you have become at such an early age. Ty, we are most proud of your brutal honesty. Honesty, integrity, loyalty, and strong work ethic cannot be taught. It is something deep within you that you have always carried and will generate success that cannot be measured. Although we are saddened by how quickly you have grown up, we know that whatever you set out to do you will be a successful young man. We pray you make the right decisions going forward and look forward to your future. You are the light of our lives. Your grandpa mentioned heaven is looking down on you and is so proud of the young men you have become. And your grandpa Mike adores you and looks forward to hunting and fishing and spending time with you. Always remember where you come from and know how special you are to all of us, and we look forward to your next journey. We love you to the moon, Dad and Mom.
Graduation. This day came super fast. I feel like yesterday you were a little 2-year-old running around, getting into stuff, breaking everything. But I'm very proud of you. And I want you to know that even though graduation is the end of your high school career, that I hope you see it as a new beginning. And for many people, it is the end of their education, and from here they're going to enter the workforce and go experience life. But I pray that for you, you continue to pursue your education and have more life experiences before you enter the workforce. I know how smart you are, and there is no greater waste than wasted potential. And you're packed full of potential, so please use it. I know you're going to achieve great things in your lifetime, but please allow me to give you some tips that you can take along on your journey. And they're all things that I've had to learn the hard way, mostly because I'm stubborn. So try not to be stubborn, but we both know that, like me, you are stubborn too. But hopefully these plant the seed so you learn them faster than I did. First off, always put God first and everything else will fall in place. Even in your darkest hour, remember that God's in control, and He's going to use whatever you're experiencing or whatever circumstances are around you to make your life richer somehow. So just trust in God no matter how gloomy things look. Another thing that's very important is do not try to make other people happy. And don't expect anybody to make you happy. That's not a fair expectation to put on anybody. Instead, work on making yourself happy and find other people that make themselves happy and surround yourself with those people. And then again, just please remember that experience is a big part of education. So after you get your education, go get your internship or a job in the field, and just remember that things do not always work the way a textbook or a engineering diagram says they should work. And remember that when you're dealing with people that have those years of experience but might not have the formal education that you have. So with that being said, be quick to listen and slow to speak. Even if you know a person's wrong or you've already heard what they have to say, just hear them out, and sometimes you'll be surprised on what you hear. Also, always listen to your intuition. It's almost never wrong. And another thing is, when dealing with people, don't give permission to people to upset you. It's attitude really is a discipline, and it takes a little bit of work, but don't let people work you over like a puppet, because some people will upset you just because that's the only way they can control you. And always be nice, and don't be afraid to change your mind. You aren't stuck doing anything or anywhere forever. You can always change your mind and move in a different direction. And don't be afraid to fail. Failing is not a bad thing. It's a learning experience. And personally, I don't regret any of my failures. What keeps me up at night thinking is the things that I wanted to do, and for one reason or another just didn't get to them. So sometimes I stay up at night wondering how that could have panned out. And other than that, just like I said earlier, go have your experiences. Studies have actually shown that more than houses and cars and material things, what most people want to be happy are experiences. So go on vacation and have experience as often as you can responsibly have them. Other than that, find your true north That means find out who you are, what you like, what makes you click. And remember that your family is always here for you. You can always come back, you can reset, you can start over. You've got a little bit of a safety net here. I'm really excited to see what the future does for you. All right.
Reed, there are so many things that come to mind that we wanted to put in a letter on such a big accomplishment in your life. There is a story that we have laughed and reflected on many times that we would like to share. Deciding as a family to take a trip to the desert to pick up sheds, which we often do, we reached our starting point, parking the pickup. On the road, we discussed which direction we would head. You, being around 9 years old, needed to decide who you would go with, myself or your father. You chose you would go with your dad, and we started out. Now anyone that has met you knows that you can become easily distracted and bored. This became the case quickly, and you asked your dad if you could both go back to the truck and find me. As you guys have not been out very long, your dad said we are not ready to go back. Of course, this was not an issue for you, as you always saw yourself as an adult, and never doubted you could go back to the pickup on your own. Your dad, knowing the pickup was right over the hill, said that you can head out on your own, and went back to looking for sheds. Starting out in the right direction, you end up turned around heading in the wrong direction. I was watching you from the far hilltop as you started to walk in the wrong direction. You topped the wrong hill and did not see the truck. Panic seemed to take over, and instead of looking around, you decided it must be on the next hill and took off at a pretty good run. Your dad, looking up to make sure you were making it okay, sees you running in the wrong direction. Starting after you, he starts to find sheds and is picking them up while chasing you. Wind blowing, you were unable to hear your dad calling your name. When I saw that you were running in the wrong direction and your dad was chasing you, I started to chase as well, calling your name. This is the part that always makes us laugh, because we must have been some sight to see. Here you are, a young child, running across the desert, your father behind with an armload of sheds, and finding more every step, myself in the back calling to both of you, just trying to keep up. Now anyone listening or reading this letter, we did catch up to Reed. I do not believe you left my side for the rest of the day. Out of all the stories and experiences you have already had in your life, we want you to never forget this one. No matter where life might take you or which direction you are going, we will always be right behind you. Take your time while making hard decisions. Turn around and lean on your family for help and support. Listen to that small voice calling your name. Your background and upbringing has helped turn you into an amazing, smart, and talented young man. Please don't forget where you come from. We love you and are so excited to see what great things are in store for you in the next steps of life. Congratulations, Reed.
Raylan started off life with a passion for fashion. I can remember her at age 2 deciding she would be the one to pick out her clothes from then on. Shopping sprees, girly clothes, and fashion shows were the norm in our household. She was always up for an adventure. It could be baking, painting, camping, or hanging with those wild cousins. She could be so girly girl and then the next moment be playing in the mud. Then the love of books soon followed her fashion phase, and now you can rarely find her without a book nearby. Often I've had to threaten to take a book away as punishment. Zipping through a whole book in a day or two has been done many times. Quite often, she has emerged from her book binge a complete wreck because of the events in her favorite series. Raylan was the only child for 10 long years. She would always ask for a sibling, and when her wish was finally granted, she became the mini mom. Every sibling that came about, she would scoop up and be a baby hog. Family has always been so important to her, especially her cousins. They always fill the downtimes with unthinkable entertainment. The crazy loop of Raylan's education ironically started off in Farson for kindergarten. 1st through 6th grade was spent in Rock Springs. Then the decision to head back out to Farson for junior high turned out to be the best thing for her. She found herself out in Farson. The school years easily melted away as fast as she could read, it seemed. Farson allowed her to grow and try new things she never would have attempted, like basketball and track. Then she found drama, and let me tell you, she has been working towards those awards her whole life. How could she not be sassy, being the only child for so long? She was in her element and brought home medals every time she attended state drama. As her senior year came to an end unexpectedly, we shed many tears and bonding moments. Looking towards the future, we know she will roll with any challenges she faces. We are so proud of her and the person she has become. Go rattle those stars. Love, Mom.
Raylan, no matter the road you choose, no matter how long it may take, let your heart be your guide along the way. You are the light of the new day, shine for all to see. Remember these important truths. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. Many don't ever finish the task before them. They give up before they're done, but you hung tough and completed the work, a true soldier. So on this day of celebration, I just wanted you to know I love you and am so proud of you. Love, Dad.
P.S. My sweet Raylan, my advice to you is to go out into the world exactly as you are, armed with your smile, shielded with your love, comforted by your knowledge, and reinforced by your strength. Grandpa Tom is watching and couldn't be prouder. I love you, Grandma Sue.
Anaya Teppo came to Farson-Eden School as a middle school student, daughter of a tough former leatherneck Marine. One thing that everyone who met this beautiful young lady discovered almost immediately was she wasn't going to take any crap off of anyone. Whether it was flirty boys in her class or a jealous girl, she never let anyone intimidate her. And as tough as she was, she had a soft inner core. She was as sensitive about those who said and did things to hurt her as any young lady ever was. She was just careful not to let it show. Anaya was a good student. She held her own and never complained about homework loads or that she didn't understand things. She worked diligently to maintain her grades as she moved out of middle school and into high school, always doing what was necessary to succeed. But the academic side of school was not her passion. Anaya was an outstanding athlete from the days of her youth, and she brought that competitive nature to the pronghorns. Now, if you combine a good athlete with a competitive aptitude and a tough, never-back-down attitude, well, you have a pronghorn who is ready to go up against any competition. I'm not sure that anyone who watched Anaya play team sports would suggest that she didn't care about the success of her team. It was never about individual accomplishments with her. It was about whether the team was succeeding. I'm not sure that her competitive spirit was appreciated that much by every official and opposing team. Sometimes she may have even hurt her opportunity to participate when her zest for play was in charge. In the end, she was always the first to apologize to an official or help an opponent off the floor, and then she moved on. It did not stand in her way of continued quest for excellence. As much as Anaya contributed to team sports, where she really excelled was in the individual events of track and field. A natural sprinter, Anaya first showed her prowess in middle school, qualifying and placing in the coveted best of best track meet each year. Next, when she continued at the high school level, she continued her success, qualifying in 4 events, the 100 meter, 200 meter, the 4x1, and the long jump, each of the 4 years that she was in high school. In fact, she was a state champion, contributing in the 4x100 meter event. Anaya will continue her success in track and field with a scholarship at Mount Marty College in Yankton, South Dakota. She will go from a pronghorn to a lancer. We all wish Anaya all the success in the future, and we know that she will make it happen. After all, she's the daughter of a tough, former Jarhead Marine. Good luck, Anaya.
Amanda has always been in a hurry to get stuff done. She was even in a hurry to come into this world, born in the ambulance just outside of Eden. She had picked up a few nicknames growing up, starting with Peepers, because when she was a baby, she was always wide-eyed looking out of her crib. She was always watching everything going on and seeing what was out there. Next, she received refrigerator after she snuck her sister's French silk pie and managed to put the box underneath the others. No one even knew it was gone while she was enjoying the pie underneath a blanket in the middle of the night. To Mandy, Moo, and Moozer, she's been one to push herself to succeed and continue to do it to this day. She was drawn to horses from day one and continues to excel working with them. I have enjoyed watching her go from little peepers growing into a young adult making choices on her own and being strong to take on new challenges. My advice to my little Moozer is to keep chasing your dreams. Don't let anyone change you. Always be yourself. Never change for anyone but yourself. And last, keep peeping around the corner for your next step in life. Love you, kiddo, Mom. What can I say, Amanda? You have been in a hurry to get things done ever since the day you were born, not wanting to wait on things to happen, but wanting to make things happen. I have had 18 years of your funny ways of doing things and not afraid to try new adventures, always willing to step up to help with just about everything. You have grown so much, and it doesn't seem possible that these years have flown by this fast. These last 2 years of staying here with Gordy and I has been fun, challenging, and trying at times, but we have managed to get through it all. Having another girl in the house has been different for me, but I've enjoyed it. I want to thank you for allowing Gordy and I to be part of your life and growing up so far. I hope you have learned a thing or two from me like I have learned from you, and you continue to be a strong young lady with new adventures ahead of you. To never give up on your dreams. We love you, Mandy Moo, Papa Gordy, and Nana Patty. Amanda Weaver, the shy, smart cowgirl that can always say what needs to be said if needed. She's always eager for a challenge that comes her way. She's ready to help anyone in need, whether it be helping younger kids, 4-H kids with their projects, or helping the neighbors. Amanda is the top, and when it comes to docking sheep, packing wool, and driving cows. She knows how to create when decorating for a party and helping to clean up and organize the place. That she's eager to learn new jobs and never afraid to dive into work hard and give any new challenge to her at all. Chris Wardell.
Dear Rebecca, you beautiful girl, you have done hard things. I am proud of you. Dad.
Dear Becca Boo, congrats. I'm proud of you. This rhyming poem is in lieu of a letter from me to you. Today's a day for a review. Indeed, you grew from 2 to today's debut. How the time flew. You have siblings, 2 plus 2, and because of this I knew you would have a big shoe or 2 to fill, it's true. 12 years of school you got through, a high IQ, no one can argue. Now is life you travel through, some counsel I now have for you. Your life is brand new. What will you do? Answering the question, I am who? Consider carefully this, I sue. Here is counsel bold to you. In every choice that comes to you, to yourself and God be true. Do this, and peace will come to you. So to greet your destiny true and meet your personal rendezvous, give yourself an early curfew and do what you were born to do. On this journey, here's a clue. I'll always be beside you, and with your God and Savior too. Mom says, I truly love you.
Hello and welcome to Farson-Eden's commencement ceremony honoring the class of 2020. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for joining us in our virtual celebration of these students. I would like to take a moment to congratulate the parents and grandparents of our seniors. You should be very proud of your accomplishment in raising these amazing young men and young women. A special thanks also goes out to the teachers who have pushed these students to be better than they ever thought they could be, and who have prepared them for the next steps in their individual journeys. I would like to thank those who have made our production possible, Zach Gunyon and Stephanie Tolman, who have compiled our video, Mr. Rick Huckstead and Matt Gardner for taking senior and ceremony pictures, our class sponsors, Whitney Sorensen and Ward Wise, and the senior class officers and parents who in these unusual times have made this graduation experience a memorable event for these students. Seniors, you have had a culminating year like no other. Unprecedented events have changed how your education was delivered, how you interacted with your peers, and even how you have been assessed for mastery of concepts. You have faced and overcome great obstacles. The world you're about to enter has changed, and none of us are quite sure what that will look like. But each of you have within the gifts you need to be successful, no matter what comes your way. Pursue your dreams with a passion like nothing you have ever done before. Dream big and work hard, and your dreams will become your reality. I wish you all the very best as you enter this new chapter in your lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to introduce the scholarship winners for the class of 2020. Anaya Teppo, Hathaway Provisional. Michaela Barney, Hathaway Opportunity. Carson Keeler, Hathaway Opportunity. Paxton Hunt, Hathaway Performance. Raylyn Quick, Hathaway Performance and the Jonah Energy Scholarship. Amanda Weaver, Hathaway Performance, Pronghorn Power Booster Club. And Rebecca Winward, Hathaway Honor and Bridger Valley Electric Scholarship. Ladies and gentlemen, the scholarship winners of 2020.
It is my privilege to present awards to the top 2 student scholars for the class of 2020. The class 2020 salutatorian is Miss Amanda Weaver. Amanda is the daughter of Joe and Scott Weaver. She is the middle of 6 siblings. Amanda has lived her whole life in the Farson-Eden Valley. She has been an active 4-H member, an athlete, and a dedicated student. In the fall, Amanda will attend Western Wyoming Community College.
Welcome, friends, family, distinguished guests, strangers alike, and fellow graduates. I am honored to speak to you today, even if it's not in the light of tradition. As one of the longest members of the class of 2020, I have seen members come and go, seen many triumphs, and many failures, many successes, and many, many indecisive decisions. As I asked the Farson-Eden teachers for their thoughts of the class of 2020, they described us as distinct, multi-talented, individualists, and nonconformists. Each of us is our own person and embodies a cliche in and of itself. It is our individuality that makes us fit together so well and so fun, believe it or not. We as a class didn't make anything easy, just ask our sponsors. From planning prom to fundraisers, to our parade floats, and even to the commencement speaker for graduation. Getting us to agree on anything was virtually impossible. We are all dreamers with 13 different visions. We are a class full of distinct, multi-talented individualists. Through these years, we have made many memories that will be placed in the shadows, to many that will never live down, like bringing a bag of what seemed to be 100-year-old chocolate chips to 6th grade physical science, or having the grand idea of using a smoke machine during prom in the high school gym. But to continue on, we find we are in the midst of comedians telling jokes that made us all pause for contempt, while enjoying breakfast that we somehow managed to put together over the last week and a half. To speaking of how we should have brought more breakfast bacon or sausage to go into our breakfast burritos, to even the many papers and projects conducted over the years, the ones assigned for a grade and ones that served as a punishment. Through the years, we even managed to upgrade our class floats from thrown together pieces of paper signs to a fancy horse-drawn cart. and even important life lessons that included don't be stupid and Mr. Suitor is always right. Many of us marked our journey through life's counting our successes. All of us here have succeeded in mastering a challenged course of study, and we are now prepared to enter the next chapter of our lives. And to end this, I would like to say thank you to my family, adopted in blood. Thank you, friends. Thank you to my many teachers, 4-H leaders, and coaches. Thank you to my classmates for all they have done and for making me the person I am today. In conclusion, my advice for the class of 2020 is to live in the moment, continue to challenge yourself and the others around you, like you did through all your high school education, especially for the Farson-Eden teachers, and make as many great memories as you can, because we don't get to remember the ones we remember. Thank you, and God bless.
The class of 2020 valedictorian is Rebecca Winward. Rebecca has also lived in the Farson-Eden Valley her entire life. She remembers when there were 7 people in her class and has excitedly watched the number grow through the years. During her time in high school, she has enjoyed participating in young authors, state drama, art shows, and more. Beginning in the fall of 2020, Rebecca will attend Western Wyoming Community College, and she will major in history.
To everyone who helped the class of 2020 graduate this year, thank you. Whether you're a teacher, staff member, family, or friend, we appreciate the time, effort, and sometimes tears you've put into helping us walk across this stage today. I love books. I love the feeling of pages under my fingers and the weight in my hand. I love meeting characters and falling in love with the friendships they make. I love the humor, suspense, heartbreak, and growth that comes with going on an adventure. In most stories, the characters go on a quest. They want to find something, and along the way, they face problems that impede their progress. It's a little scary, and you don't always know how or if things will work out. We have similar situations in our lives. We, too, face problems that can stop us from progressing. One of the biggest right now is COVID-19. Everyday life has been interrupted, and problems have sprung up because of it. Schools and businesses are closed. Doctors aren't allowed to see their families. Parents are going crazy trying to teach math to their kids. Frustration, fear, and stress abound. It's a little overwhelming sometimes. So how do we deal with problems? When everything seems to be going wrong, how do we win? Well, stories can give us part of the answer. Characters might not like what's happening, but they get to choose how to respond. When they face problems, they turn to their friends and family for comfort. They learn about patience, love, and trust. They find humor in the situation and have fun. They lift their chins and push through. When life is wrapping its black wings of despair and hopelessness around them, they refuse to sit back and accept fate. They fight. And in the end, they win. I wish it need not have happened in my time, said Frodo to Gandalf in the Fellowship of the Ring. So do I, Gandalf responds, and so do all who live to see such times. But that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. You might not be Gandalf or Harry Potter, but you get to choose how you're going to respond to problems. You are the hero of your own story. This chapter of your life might be coming to an end, but that doesn't mean you have to leave what you learned behind. Take it with you. Conquer your problems and become stronger. Sit back and refuse to accept fate. You can do it. As Doctor Who once said, we're all stories in the end. Just make it a good one. Here's to the class of 2020.
Hello, Farson students and parents. I wanted to take just a quick moment to say congratulations to our Farson pronghorns and the class of 2020. No one would have ever thought when this school year started that our seniors and our students would be having their last 9 weeks of high school in the middle of the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. But all of you persevered, and you are making it through and graduating being strong and proud to be a pronghorn. We wanted to wish you well on behalf of the Board of Trustees, the administration, and myself, and also say congratulations to you, the class of 2020, as you move forward into the next chapter of your life. I know this is an adverse situation, but we know that those that rise above this will take the next chapter with success and do the hard work and ethic that needs to be done to be successful. We wish you the most in your future. And again, thank you for being a part of Sweetwater Number 1 and for being a pronghorn.
Thank you for being a part of this celebration in the lives of these students. I now present to you the Farson-Eden Senior Class of 2020. Aldera Ramirez Acosta. Michaela Ray Barney. Cody James Goodwin. Paxton Daniel Hunt. Carson Donald Keeler. Tristan Gabrielle Damian King. Ty Mitchell McChris. Andrew Joseph McKenna. Reed Dennis Meisner. Raylyn Heavenly Sue Quick. Anaya Lorraine Jean Teppo. Amanda Dawn Weaver. Rebecca Winward.